Action.
How you doing? It's good to see you again. Thanks for joining me today. Just want to sort of reorient us to where we left off last time. We had been talking about how the courts had taken your children away and put them with your mother, and where we left off, you were still staying with your boyfriend, and he had friends coming over from time to time. So I just want to sort of get an update on what's transpired in the last few weeks or month since we last met.
Well, I still don't have my kids back, which I'm not happy with. Not having my kids back because they're so important to me. I gotta say that I miss them, and I don't feel right without having my kids back. And I don't know what's gonna happen if I don't get my kids back.
It sounds like you're feeling distressed that you don't have your children.
Yeah, I mean, distressed is a good way to put it. I go to their rooms, and then I see that they're not in their beds. You know, I catch myself from time to time, thinking that I have to make them food, and then I realize that they're not with me, and then I want to just run over to my mom's house, but I know that I'll get in trouble if I go over there. So there's a lot of barriers that are stopping me from seeing my kids at this point, and I feel like I want to be around them. I feel like I need to be around them. Like I miss them a lot.
So imagine that you completely succeeded in getting your children back. How would things be different?
Well, I think that if I got my kids back right now, I think that me and my boyfriend would argue a lot, and I think that because I wouldn't want his friends over, so that would cause lots of arguments because obviously his friends are the reason why my kids got taken away. They wanted to use drugs, and they're in the same home, and that's that can't happen. I understand that, so I think that me and my boyfriend are going to get in a lot of fights. We're going to be frustrated against each other.
So the issue of your children causes conflict, or the issue of your boyfriend or your girlfriend's friends causes conflict between you two.
Yeah, so I mean, my boyfriend, his friends come over and they start doing drugs, and that causes conflicts between me and him, because I know now that my kids cannot be around that environment. So yes, that's a big issue, and we're gonna fight about that.
So having your children in that sort of environment is not an option for you.
No, I don't want that environment for my kids. I can see where, I mean, they could drop out of school, or maybe they'll get curious about doing drugs, or they might ask me about it, or they might just be in smelling the smoke. They might be getting high. I don't want that for my kids. I refuse to have them in that kind of environment.
Maybe you can tell me about the sorts of things that have stopped you in the past from removing yourself and your children from that sort of environment.
So, right now I don't have a job, and it's been going on for a long time that my boyfriend has been taking care of all the bills at the house. The electric bill comes, and he takes care of it. The rent comes, and he takes care of it. And if the kids need some new clothes, he takes care of it. So I mean, I'm really dependent on him, and he takes care of me. And I have somewhere to stay, you know, and right now it's not a good time for me because I just haven't been the luckiest person in finding a job. It's really tough out there for me to find a job. I can't just go out. I can't just be expected to all of a sudden one day just have a job,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. So on the one hand, staying with your boyfriend is important for you because he supports you a lot financially. But on the other hand, that sort of environment isn't conducive to your value of having your children.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, like I want to be there because, you know, I don't have a job and my finances aren't there. But, you know, at the same time, I won't have my kids because of the type of environment that I'm putting my kids in. So it's, yeah, I'm like stuck right now.
Okay. So tell me about specifically what needs to happen in order for you to be able to get your kids back.
Well, I feel like those friends shouldn't be coming over. Like, the friends' fault that they came over, they were doing drugs. Like, they shouldn't be coming over. Maybe my boyfriend doesn't need to have friends. Maybe he shouldn't bring the friends over or something like that. I feel like it's the friends' fault now that I'm stuck in this situation.
So because of the friends, you might need to talk to your boyfriend about having them over.
I mean, I guess I could talk to my boyfriend and tell him, but that would just cause us to fight because he wants his friends over, you know, and sometimes they even come over unannounced. They'll just pop over and just see what's going on. They want to just chill. They want to watch TV and they don't even pay any bills. They're just in here doing drugs and not even caring about who's paying what, and they're just chilling.
So if I'm hearing you right, you're feeling ambivalent about talking to your boyfriend about having his friends over and doing drugs.
Yeah, because that's just gonna cause a fight. I feel like we're just gonna go round and round, and you know, my kids are really important to me, and his friends are really important to him. You know.
Okay, so you're a little unsure about your ability to talk to your boyfriend. So maybe we can use a scale here to determine just how comfortable you feel. So on a scale of 1 to 10, say, with 1 being the least comfortable and 10 being the most comfortable, how comfortable would you feel approaching your boyfriend about his friends, having that conversation?
I'm like at a 2 right now. I'm like at a 2 because I don't feel comfortable at all. The every single time we fight, he just gets really angry and screams at me and things get out of control. He's really emotional, so I don't feel very confident in going and talking to him at all.
Okay. So you mentioned you're at a 2 for your level of confidence. What do you think it would take to get you from a 2 to, say, a 5?
I think maybe a 5 would look a little bit like we were in a public place, you know, in a public setting where there's more people around us, and maybe he won't hit me at that point, or you know, I just never know what he's gonna do. He gets really angry and starts screaming and stuff, so I don't know how he's gonna react. So I think a public setting would be probably an ideal situation for us to have a conversation about maybe his friends not coming back into the picture or coming over to the house, especially unannounced.
And this is a conversation that needs to happen.
Yes, it definitely needs to happen. I mean, I need to make him see that he just can't have his friends come over and do drugs in the house. Like it's not a good environment to raise children in.
Right. So we talked about your desire to have your children back and how it's a very important priority for you. How your boyfriend's friends and the drugs in the home serve as a barrier for getting your children back. And so we've established that you need to talk to your boyfriend about his drug use and his friends coming over. and you mentioned that you prefer to do that in a public setting.
Mhm.
So, why don't we take that as a goal for now? Between now and next time, you can try to start this conversation with your boyfriend in some sort of public setting where you're more comfortable, and then next time you're back, we can talk a little bit about how that goes.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for your time and for sharing everything with me.
Thank you. I appreciate it.